Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, dang it. All my professionals, good morning. For everyone else, what's up? Tesla. Really? Yeah. Nap got away from me. Right, keep. Yeah, Amazon, it's definitely in that zone, but we're getting ready to bottom on the QQQs. And hopefully for good. Well, okay, let me rephrase. We're getting there. We are getting there. QQQ could even get a bit more now. We got decent ground. Okay, so good morning, everybody. So let's start with at 7:58 Central. Market closes in about 30. Is it 7:58? Yeah, 32 minutes. Let's bang through the QQQs. Well, QQQs decided not to bounce an alt C, but rather just like bleed like crazy, and it kind of got kind of bounced around in my pink box, and that target was 5 minute. That target would have been my 5 waves, but that's a big but. Check this out. Look at the MACD here. Okay, this is an early indication for me that this is potentially a third wave, because remember the third waves are the largest and the longest. So the fact that we've got this MACD that just really came down, that tells me that could be a potentially third wave. So pay attention to that. Or I'll pay attention to that. So this could have been third, but I didn't get a deep 4. I didn't get a retracement back down to the 786. So if this was definitely third wave, way overextended, but I didn't get a deep retracement to here. Nowhere in this zone. It just kind of got choppy, and then it decided in after hours and break market to continue going down. So definitely some major selling in the in tech. Which actually I think there was an article, and I don't want to assume what it said or try to remember what it said. I'll have to send. I sent it to the admin group, but I'll send it out to the day trade group. But it was a very interesting article about how it's like the worst sell off in tech or something like that. Where those billions were pulled out of tech. So I'll have to send that out. It's a good read. But the selling continues, and it looks like it's targeting 5 down here, and on the bigger time frame, that is the 168 to 382 area. So my alt count didn't take place, so I'm taking that off. Alt C, alt 5 can come off the table. if I can grab it. Okay. I don't like the deep retracement. I'm just telling you that right now, and here's why. When you get a shallow pullback, from my experience, what I've seen, when you get a shallow pullback, you just continue on going. Okay, you really need that deep, healthy retracement. Kind of like I said on the SPX, on the SPY or S&P, is we're overextended in the first wave, and then we pull back in a wave two, and I need to pull back to the 293 area to fill a gap, and then go right back up to all-time highs. You need that. QQQ's not doing that. At least on the downside. So let's just see where it ends up. Now I can take my resistance and just bring it down. So if I'm going to get a deep retracement, it needs to come up into this zone, which is the 266 to 268 area. Boy, broke this resistance or this support, because see how we broke the 764? It's gone. Which I expected it. What I wanted to do was bounce in this green zone near the 764. And this would have been 5 waves down, and then we go up and do a B. But he said no. So one thing I do notice, though, some of you probably are seeing this right now. Double bottom. Got a double bottom here, okay? So keep an eye on that. We could potentially be bouncing here. But I don't want to assume. I mean, we are at the 2618, which it's 2618 is definitely it's a powerful level, just like the 1618, just like the 618. Definitely some major support and resistance there. So maybe she could be done bleeding. If not, she was going to come down in the wave 5 over here to finish this off and then come back up. I hope not, because this double bottom looks pretty nice for it to really bounce and go up. So bulls definitely got trapped. Whoever thought that we were done and we were going to get long finally, they got trapped last night. Let's look at SPY. In this trend line. Man, still selling off. I mean, even I measured this swing, and I was expecting and did the same thing here. Came down to the 1618, and it just chopped towards the end of the day. And that's, I can't imagine how many people got in and placed calls here. But it chopped around and it continued further down. But again, I think we go back up. But other than that, we could get a bounce here. Bring that down. We could get a bounce here. Remember, 2618. It's a pretty decent level, so I think we could continue selling off and then go back up. We'll watch that. We're definitely still in a B wave down, or I'm sorry, a C wave down. Let me throw some fibs on there real quick. Let's see what it looks like. Take it off the 5-minute. Not play puts yesterday either. Shame on me. At 293. Here's my target, my 293 target area, my zone that I want to get to. Okie dokie. All right, here's what I see. So if you look at the 1 hour or the 2 hour, you see how the MACD just continues to go down or continue to drop, and these lines become parallel from each other. There's still some selling to be had. I could very well get my C, but SPY needs to go back up. Okay, it needs to go back up and capture some more bulls. It needs to relax, bounce, and then go back down. I say that like I'm a bear playing the trend. Okay, I'm gonna assume this is 5 waves right here. I'm gonna assume this move up down to here, where we chopped last at the end at the close, is 5 waves. So while I'm doing this, I've had lots of questions about people providing me their charts on the Elliott Wave, which I don't mind checking them out and providing feedback, assuming I have time. But if for those of you that are looking to chart using Elliott Wave theory, you have to draw your fibs first. You have to draw the fibs first and see if the targets are being hit. So, for example, I'll just tell you what I'm doing here. I had my targets, okay, and I saw we got a little choppy here. So we got a pullback here. Didn't really get a pullback, but it chopped around. Okay, chopped. It didn't go straight down. It didn't go straight back up. It just chopped. That to me, that's corrective, somewhat. But I'm gonna use. I already used this pullback to measure out my targets. I'm using this, so I'm gonna take the low. Okay, I'm gonna take my fib tool. This is the fib retracement tool, not the trend-based one. The fib retracement tool. I'm going to assume this is 5 waves down. So I'm going to take the bottom candle. I'm going to go up to the top as my starting point. Okay. Then 5 waves down, we pull back and go another move down. So I'm going to take my 0 line and I'm going to put it on the top of these candles here as the pullback, as that's ground 0. Okay. Now I start to look at these fibs and see if they're hitting. And in pre-market, does look like it's on its way down to the 618. If it could hit the 618, okay, if it can hit this zone, that's my potential 1, my wave 1. Okay, so I've already got my. I'm gonna bring down my resistance down to the 618. Okay, this is hypothetical right now because we're not in the zone yet, but I'm bringing down my resistance down to the 618, assuming we bounce on the 618. If we bounce near or at the 618, my expectation on the SPY is to get into the 5 and the 618 up here as resistance, and then this would be an A, B, C down. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. But once we reverse, then I can move my resistance so it's on the lowest candle. On the bottom, on the low of the day, and then I'll have my resistance, and then I can start keeping an eye on it and to see where we go. So that's how you do it. You have to put your fibs up first, then you can see if they're hitting, and if they hit here, I like to get it. If I'm that confident in the move or in my fibs, I'll get ahead of myself and then just start marking them. So that's my 0. Okay, remember when we drew it first. Okay, now we're looking at the next potential move. That's what we're doing. We measure one swing, then we bring those fibs down to the end of the retracement. Okay, which I got here. Now we're predicting the next swing. Okay, we predict the next swing. So that's round 0. This is all my wave 1. Okay, so we're now predicting the next 5 waves. Okay. So this would be my wave 1 in this target, and then we pull back to resistance in a wave 2. And if 1 and 2, if it's set up, okay, if it plays out and it sets up nicely, now I know where wave 3 is going to go, right down here, 1382. Then we pull back in a 764, and then we can go down to the 1764 for a wave 5. The move's finished. Okay, this is the Elliott Wave theory. And how do you plot it? You have to measure the previous swing. You have to take those fibs, bring it down to the end of the retracement. If you don't like the way it's hitting, you chose the wrong swing, or you're too short on the swing, you're too long on the swing. Here, what I can do to confirm if I chose the right swing. So if this is indeed 5 waves down, I mean, I can use my trend-based fib tool. take the high, look for a swing down. So let's say we pull this, or we grab this low, and we come up here, and then we get down. Let's see where it ended. It ended at the 2382. I like it. Go down here to this candle. Come here. Okay, so trend base, what I basically just did is I took the swing low to the swing high using the trend base tool, and I'm measuring 5 waves down in a smaller degree, and then up and then back down. So this entire move, see how we're targeting as the end of how we mentioned that this was all 5 waves. Look how the bottom of this candle came close to the 1618, 1764. So it didn't reach it, but it got pretty damn close. So I'm going to use this. So I'm going to use this whole thing. So we're good here. But yeah, I mean, for SPY, look for a bounce here. So we could bounce and get a sell off. I'm sorry. We can sell off and get a bounce into the wave too. Or it's an actual B wave correction. So this, excuse me. Remember, A, B, okay? We're still in a corrective move, but in a small degree, this is an impulsive move. This is wave 1, wave 2 is a corrective, A, B, C. Wave 3 is an impulsive, 5 waves down. Wave 4 pullbacks, A, B, C. 5th wave down, impulsive move, 5 waves down. Okay, so that's how you do it. 812. I can stay a little longer past open because I'm not in anything that I need to get out of. I already did everything yesterday. I'm just in account challenge right now. There's no way in hell I'm chasing this move down. I lost my opportunity yesterday. So there'll be other opportunities though. I'm gonna take this box up here. Oh, SQQQ. All right, next, let's look at Tesla. So that. Okie dokie. All right, here we go. Okay, so Tesla kind of remember I mentioned yesterday, play the volatility. Play the volatility on Tesla. Play the volatility. And that was at the open. So notice how we gapped down big, we came up, we came back down, and then we did a double top and we retested. This was as close as we were going to get to the 4. Okay, so it barely reached it. Okay, so it reached here. Didn't quite get the 7/8. Oh, that's 786. I really got to make my fib levels consistent. But you notice how we barely touched it. I mean, almost. And then we started going down. Then we got a 5 wave move down to go get 5. All right, so I mentioned yesterday, play the volatility if you're looking to get out or make a move somewhere. Play the volatility. So now we're way down. We're on our way down in a wave 5. So it's look like it's going to grab this target in an A, and then we'll go up into a B. So there's that. That's a major gap. Look at these gap downs. It's crazy. Elon needs to stop freaking tweeting. Let Tesla do its thing. Oh, there it is. I was like, what the hell happened? Okay, so there it is. This is when I said it'll bounce up. And your resistance can come right back down. All right, so there's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we just got to wait for 5 to finish, which it did. My bad. I didn't have my extended hours on. Okay, so this is officially 5 ways down unless we go further down. But I expect Tesla to reverse and go into a B wave. Or reverse into a B wave. I take this out because that's no longer support. Notice how this was the come on, man. This was the support levels in the bigger time frame. And remember my the 764, okay? Broke it. Absolutely bearish. It can come off. It's done. So next resistance is here. Between 405, actually, let me pull out my, or activate my fake out level. All right, 382. So between 354 and 414, that's where I'm looking for a B wave. Okay. If Tesla continues off, selling off, I'll redo the fibs. But I'm looking at QQQs going sideways. We've already hit the 2618, which again is a powerful level. I'm expecting QQQs to reverse, but we shall see. If we get another dip and grab that 5, then I can expect Tesla to continue down just a little further. And if that's the case, okay, let's assume this is the swing I was looking for. I could see Tesla ending here. Okay. Right in there. If we sell off. So if QQQs continues to sell off, which it could, then I could see Tesla stopping there for a 5. That'll be my A wave. And then I'll redo the resistance levels. But the farther down Tesla gets, the lower the B wave levels will end up being. And for those of you that are trying to get out, it's not good for you, but there's going to be a B wave correction. We just have to stay patient. All right, what do we got? Well, 142. All right, so real quick, let's do some Elliott Wave. Do a little training on Elliott Wave real quick before the open. And I will be creating a playlist for my YouTube channel that'll break out Elliott Wave theory in greater detail. So be on a lookout for that. Here it is. Golden. All right, let's get started. I'm going to try to go slow because I know my speaking is not lined up with the PowerPoint. Okay, so the Elliott Wave theory takes the form of 5-wave structure. Basically, what the Elliott Wave analysis, what it does, it looks at historical data in trading patterns and trading psychology, and it uses all those data points and kind of predicts, and it predicts potential moves in the future. Okay, I was a bit of a smartass one time when I was trading. I was like, well, it's the Elliott Wave is the strategy to move your money into our accounts, and really it's really moving money from the person that's impatient to the one that's actually patient and follows the rules and doesn't get aggressive. Elliott Wave theory can be a very powerful tool for everybody. Okay, if you just take the time to study and learn it, and then just be patient. I tell you what, my anxiety levels are non-existent when I'm trading now. I remember when I started, I could not sleep, I could not eat, I was so freaking to the point where there was a point where I was unhappy because I was losing money. I'm just like, what the hell? Like that I chose the wrong the wrong thing to do, but I'm a very data analytical guy, having a sales background in finance. I'm like, this is it. It has to be it. I came across Elliott Wave theory, and boom, found it. And it just clicked not too long ago. So Elliott Wave theory, that's the whole background story on it. I'll try to get into more detail at some other time, but I know we're getting close to open, and I know some of us want to probably close out some positions. But at any rate, Elliott Wave theory uses a 5-wave structure, okay? With the first wave going to the 618. And then we pull back into wave 2, and typically it goes to the beginning of the first move, okay? Now, it doesn't have to. The 382 is a very powerful level in terms of fake outs, okay? I love them and I hate them at the same time. But it pulls back towards the beginning of the wave 1, okay? I look for, me and ATM trades, we look for the wave 1-2 setup. Once we got it, we're nowhere in. We're getting ready to go into that thing and ride the best wave at all, and it's wave 3. It's the longest. It's never the shortest. And if I miss wave 1, I'm not going to chase. I'm going to wait for the pullback and then play the entire move I just missed and then some for the wave 3, okay? And that targets the 1382 level. Then we pull back into a wave 4, which typically targets the 0.764 level. And then finally we reverse into a wave 5 and we target the 1764. Okay? So that's your standard Elliott Wave 5-wave structure. All right, waves 1, 3, and 5, those are called impulsive moves, okay? They go the direction of the trend. So right now we're bearish, right? Especially in Tesla and in the QQQ. So in tech, we're bearish. So your impulsive waves are 1, 3, 5 going down, not up, okay? So impulsive moves are waves 1, 3, and 5, and they go with the direction of the trend. Then you have your corrective moves, okay? What goes up must come back down. What goes down must come back up. Okay, you've got to take profits. It needs to consolidate. It needs to go the other direction to just kind of relax before it can finish off its move. Okay, you're not going to get in your car and on 1 tank of gas, you're going to go drive across the damn country and think you're going to get there on 1 tank. It's not going to happen. You need to go pull over, go to a gas station, refill up, and then continue your journey. Same concept. Okay, so pullbacks, waves, 2 and 4 are your corrective pullbacks. Those are your corrective moves. Now, in a bull trend, this is what it's going to look like. You've got your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with waves 1, 3, and 5 impulsive going the direction of the trend. It's bullish. And you got waves 2 and 4 pullbacks go against the trend. Okay, it needs to relax and pull back. Here's what it looks like in a bear trend. Waves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 go down. Okay, now waves 1, 3, and 5 are impulsive. They go down, going with the trend. Waves 2 and 4 pull back. They go against it, so they're going up before they finish the move down. Okay, impulsive moves can be broken down into subwaves. Okay, but what I mean is, if I look at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure, let's just say it's a daily count. Okay, or maybe it's a 4-hour count. Okay, but it's on a bigger time frame. These waves can subdivide into smaller waves, okay, when you reduce your time frames. So this is why I mentioned you have to take a step back. Don't get caught up in the 5-minute or the 15-minute or the 30-minute or the 1 hour. Do not get caught up on it, get shaken out, okay? You need to take a step back. You need to start with the weekly, the daily, then work your way in, okay? Let's figure out what the ticker's at first, okay? Then we can reduce our time frames, and then we can look at the subwaves in those, okay? And these are multiple plots of fib levels, okay? I've got a fib level on the daily. I got a fib level on the 4-hour or the 2-hour. I got fib levels on the 5-minute. 5-minute, 2 hour, 5 minutes, day trades. 2 hours, 4 hours, daily, long term. Okay? I know I'm going quick, but it's recorded, so it'll go back onto the YouTube. All right, let's focus on the corrective moves, waves 2 and 4, okay? These take shape in the form of an A, B, C, pattern. Okay? So let's say, assume this is wave 4. So let's say the top of wave 3 is here, the bottom of wave 4 is here. It's going to go A, B, and then C. Now, if this is a bear, I take it back. I don't want to mention bull bear. Okay, if you look at the ABC pattern, you can actually identify on a very small time frame 5 waves down in an A, B, C up in a B, and then 5 waves down in a C. Okay, that's for another time. That's for another video. It's a very complex move. But for now, all we need to know is this is the shape that it takes in pullbacks, A, B, C. But when I say, you'll kind of see my messages in the day trade room and ATM trades, how we talk about ABC patterns and even ABCDE patterns. Very complex triangle moves. So that's for another training session. Here are the 3 rules. Wave 1 goes to the 618, okay? Rule number 1, if wave 2 breaks the beginning of the wave 1, if it continues further down, okay, I'm going to have my support levels on this wave 1. So you'll see my supports, okay? And remember, if it gets down to the back to support and it breaks that 764, which is the key level, it's done. This is invalidated. This is not the move we're looking for. So let's assume rule number 1, that's broken, okay? We need wave 2 to really pull back towards the beginning, okay? Or come close to the beginning of the wave 1, or the beginning of wave 1. That's where wave 2 needs to end. Wave 3 is never the shortest, okay? It is the longest wave ever. It is the largest wave on the structure, okay? It's the best wave to ride. It's what I use. I don't mess around with wave 1s. I don't try to short the wave 2. I don't. Sometimes I'll get into wave 4 and do a wave 5 move, but wave 3, 90% of the time I'm playing that wave only, okay? It doesn't even matter if it's a 10, 20% gain. I don't care. I don't want to. There's more money to be made here, and it's a safer trade here than it is taking these moves here, these smaller waves. Rule number 3, wave 4 cannot enter wave 1 zone. I think some of you that were on the live session with me on Tesla, we saw how the pullback kind of reached the wave 1 zone. I said, up, red flag number 1. Rule number 3 was broken. And then sure enough, Tesla's now bearish. So wave 4 cannot enter wave 1 zone, okay? If it does, it's invalidated. Take a step back, redo your counts. Should go to the 764 and then finally bounce up into wave 5. See, this wave 5, it's almost the same as the wave 1. I don't want to play it, because here's what'll happen on a wave 5 if you try to play wave 5. You can get some chop. You'll get a triangle, okay? Get a bull flag. And then all of a sudden, wave 5 starts to get going. This is assuming wave 4 is done. Then it starts to get going, and all of a sudden you get a double top onto a wave 3. So you get a 5 and a 3 on the same level, double top. And then it just comes crashing down. I've seen it happen. Happens to me. That's why I only mess with 3. I only mess with 3. Should be my favorite number now. 3. Okay, here are your Fibonacci settings. I gotta update the power deck. I should have, and I'm sorry, but I'll explain this. I'll explain why. If you use TradingView, let me know. I've got a link that I can give you guys to download. I'll get credit for it. Helps them, TradingView, whoever, know that I'm helping them grow their, adding value to them. But anyways, at any rate, if you have TradingView, I'm telling you what, it is the best trading platform, the best charting platform out there. You're going to take your fib retracement settings here, okay? So you're going to choose the fib retracement tool. You're going to change your settings to 0, 236, 382, 5, 618, and so on, okay? You can take out the 5s on the Elliott Wave level, okay? So I've got a blue count, so I've got my levels here. I'm going to save this setting as Elliott Wave, okay? That's because I'm drawing out the structure. Then you're going to change your settings to a different color, okay? I've got green for my support settings, and you're going to deactivate everything but the 5 and the 618. Okay. Sometimes, actually, a lot of times lately, I've been using the 382, and the 764. Remember, 764 is the oh shit level. If it breaks, it's done. Support's done. So sometimes I'll even put it as or mark it as yellow or red. But at any rate, 5, 6, 1, 8, very powerful levels. So on your support settings, you're going to choose the 5 and the 6, 1, 8, green, save it as support. Okay. Now we're going to, oops, sorry, go back. Now we're going to resistance settings. Okay. Here again, 5, 6, 1, 8. Save it as resistance, not support. Change the color. My apologies, that should say resistance. So, same settings, I know. It's how you draw it. Okay, so if you're grabbing support, if we're using support level or trying to find support, we start with the bottom and we go to the top with the direction of the trend. Then we'll find our support. If we're trying to find resistance, okay, we look at the current move that we're in, and then as soon as it reverses, we take the top and we go to the bottom, and our resistance is drawn. Got it? So those are your settings. So take a snapshot. If not, you can go back to this video and then take a look, and then you can adjust your settings there. But highly, highly, highly recommend these settings here, or I'm sorry, trading view. You can look at the timeline. Oh crap, 8:32. All right, so let's hop off that. That's Elliott Wave. I know I have quite a few people on here who want to learn about it, and I'll continue to do this. But in a nutshell, that's Elliott Wave theory. Hop off. Okay. Let's see what it's doing. Look at QQQ. Whew, look at that. Okay, so I took my support level and I activated the 100% extension. So what I mean was I drew support on the QQQs on this entire move. The QQQ just retraced 100% of this entire move. What do we call that? Double bottom. Okay. So if this is going to play out, it should continue further and head into resistance, which is 268 to 269. So let's see what it does. Go to the SPY. SPY reverse near the 2618. Thought I had it. Oh, I was like, I'm right there. QQQ. I literally had a level on me. I was looking at a level of 618. I don't know where the hell it was or went. All right, let's look at Tesla. Okay, Tesla entered pink zone. Bring this down. Let's see how far she gets. Okay. Like, I see a green candle on QQQ, but Tesla's going down. It's because QQQ is going down. You're looking at count challenge. The Those following me on the account challenge, don't freak out. Free market. QQQs are down. First. Who's the one taking the? Ugh. Especially it's so volatile right now. You're gonna see your spreads just like bounce like crazy. Need a new phone. Who's the culprit? Who's the culprit? Oh, Spotify's the culprit. Netflix is looking okay. Neo. Still in a track. This is what I'm tracking for. So, some time ago, in the day trade room, we were talking about Neo, and Danny even threw it out there that he liked Neo, and I took this out. This is exactly what he was seeing. Through these lines. Okay. This one. There we go. I drew these lines, and it triangled. Okay, made it basically bull flag, and then all of a sudden one day it just whoop, it popped. It went to 21 bucks from $14. So we're tracking the exact same move, and this is my wave one up here. This move up would be my wave one. Now I just need to get back into support, and I think we can get into support and then bounce like somewhere around here at the 5. Because you notice what's resistant becomes support. So this is strong support right here. I can go a little further down, but like right here, this zone. I mean, just look at the 618, 5 and 618. Every time every time, very strong support. I mean, this is what I love about fib levels and doing Elliott Wave is that I don't have to draw these boxes in terms of resistance and support. Right here, the 5 extension. Let me just turn it off. I'll turn off the 382. The 5 and the 618 support based on my fibs. Okay, I measure the move up. Look where it's at. Resistance, resistance came down, resistance came down, resistance came down, resistance came down, broke, came down, support went up. So look at that 5 and 618. If we can get inside of it, great. But I'm already in it and on the account challenge, waiting patiently. So these down days here doesn't freak me out entirely. It's just I started to scale in, so I'll continue to start to scale in, but gotta be patient. I mean, I started with 250 in account challenge, so it's down, but I'm still above my starting point. Agreed. Here's Tesla. Oops. Down at our support level. Basically taking this. Activate. So I just basically measured this entire move up. Clearly we broke through 618 and the 5. So I'm going to turn off the 5 and the 618. I'm going to activate the 7 and the 764 and the 1. Turn this off in my way. There you go. If it breaks this low, then she's going to continue to go down. But I would be shocked because this damn thing has not retraced yet. So it looks like it bounced. We've got 2 wicks on the 2. It's on my thinkorswim. Oops. Okay. Looks like the tick chart looks like it's reversing. So basically tick charts is it tracks the orders as they're placed. Okay, once orders are placed, I set the number of orders, and then once those orders are placed, it'll create a bar. So that's buy and sell orders. So you're still going to get bodies, you're still going to get wicks, you're still going to get doji candles. It's just looking like on a 5-minute chart. But now I've got on the tick chart, it's reversing. So that's an indication that we are finally going to go back up. Well, let me rephrase. There's potential that we're going to reverse. Buyers need to start coming in, though. And if buyers can come in and reverse this thing to grab the B wave, that is a healthy tracement for us to go right back down below 300 and grab that C. Yes, I said below 300. Okie dokie, that's a big old wick on a 5-minute. Well, I guess I should have played calls on that damn thing. But love helping. Love education, helping out more than who we got. All right. Okay, so I've got some pretty sweet positive divergence on Tesla. Oh, yeah. Let me post it. The hour. Yeah, I like the hour. Look at the 30-minute. 30 minutes cool. Okay. Check this out. We got a low. Low, 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 low. Oh, low, 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 low. New low here, and got a low here, a new low here, and an even lower low here. I call this positive divergence. So, expect a pop here in any minute. Trying. See, now these orders are getting bought up, and it's going right back up. All right, so there's that. We're going up potentially in a B wave. Watch. I doing? I mean, why is choppy? Yeah, choppy, choppy, choppy. Really wants that pink target. Will bleed already. Grab it. This week's going to be a choppy week, everybody. So just be careful. It's going to be a choppy week. The reason I say it because it feels choppy. Feels choppy. Look at me. Look at this over here. Chop, 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 chop. Up. Chop, 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 chop. Up. Chop, chop. Down. Chop, chop. So it's gonna be a choppy week. It's gonna be so hard to trade this thing. I mean, just think about it. You played puts in this day on SPY. You bought here, sold here. You bought here, sold here. It's choppy as hell. Now, if you played puts yesterday, bought here, sold here. Bought again, sold here. That's not a choppy environment. Okay. It's Spotify. Okay, Spotify is kind of reversing, so my talent challenge is reversing. Amazon. Okay, Amazon bounced. Bounce in support. A two. So they're using the words. All right, so Amazon, this is what I'm looking for. Looking for a bounce in this zone back down. That holds. This is Alt C is done. My target was here. My target was in this green zone or gold zone. Amazon can hit, come down, hold support, then I know that C wave is done. Ooh, Facebook looking. Oh my god. Wants to reverse. Potential 1-2. Wait a minute, what is that thing? That's yeah. What's new? Okay, QQQ. Looking for QQQ to come. All right, so that's what I'm looking at for QQQ. All right, I gotta hop off. Remote learning is starting in now means kids are gonna have to use their mics, videos, but I'll keep charting and throw them in the day trade room. So keep an eye on that. But other than that, thanks for joining, and I was in the day trade room.